Have you ever heard a sound in the middle of the night that instantly made your heart stop? A sound you knew you couldn't ignore. That is exactly what happened on a quiet street when a stranger heard faint crying echoing through the darkness. A sound so small yet so desperate that it changed everything. At first, it was easy to doubt it, to wonder if it was just imagination or a distant noise carried by the wind. But the crying didn't stop, and something about it felt wrong. So the stranger followed the sound, step by step, until it led to a parked car sitting silently under a streetlight. Inside the locked car was a baby, completely alone, crying for help in the cold night air. Imagine that moment for a second. What would you do if you realized a helpless life was trapped just a few feet away, depending entirely on you? The stranger tried the doors, all locked, panic rising with every passing second as the baby's cries grew weaker. So there was no more parent in sight, no more explanation, only a ticking clock and a terrible question hanging in the air. How long had this baby been, sir? With no more time to waste, the stranger called for help, alerting emergency services while doing everything possible to keep the baby responsive, talking, tapping on the window, refusing to let the tiny voice fade away. The wait felt endless. But finally help arrived, and the car was opened just in time. The baby was rescued, shaken but alive, wrapped in warmth and safety once again. But then came the shocking reveal. The car hadn't been abandoned for minutes, or even half an hour. Authorities later confirmed the baby had been locked inside for hours, forgotten after a long night. A mistake that could have ended in tragedy if not for one person choosing to listen and act. It makes you wonder, how many times do we hear something unusual and brush it off, telling ourselves it's probably nothing? How many lives depend on someone being brave enough to trust their instincts? That night, a stranger didn't just hear crying, they heard a call to action, and because if that, a life was saved. Let this story stay with you, because the next time a world whispers that something isn't right, you might be the only one who can make all the difference.